17.4 million. This is the number of households within the United States alone that were considered food insecure in 2014. 422,000 of these households had children that, as a consequence of this food insecurity, went hungry.
About 12 years ago, I was a young mom and my husband had just graduated from college. He was working as a restaurant manager, about 50 to 60 hours a week. I had tried to stay home with my child, but ended up taking on a part-time job just to make enough to keep the bills paid. After a while, the bills got to be too much, and we ended up calling out for help from different assistance programs. One thing we ended up doing was going to our local food bank to get enough food just to get us through the week. This was not an easy thing for us to do, as we felt we had done things the right way. He went to college and graduated, and we didn't have expensive things. We worked hard. We just couldn't keep up with the increasing cost of living and food expenses.
I believe there is a food security issue, and I believe we have great technology and some excellent scientists who are working on that currently. And so it's an area that we will continue to improve in, I believe, as long as the government doesn't pass laws that prevent that. Just been able to produce so much more food on limited acreage, and the acreage continues to go down. They're not making more land, and we seem to put concrete on top of more and more of it, either to build buildings or to make, airports or to make whatever. And so we're having to produce on less acreage, and we're actually doing quite well with that.
It's my belief that most of the opposition to GMOs is less opposition to the technology and more opposition of the corporations behind technology. And so how do two people sit down and argue or come to a solution about what we're going to do to feed people in the future when one person is saying, well, we need better technologies, and these expensive technologies a gal can't create it in her garage. You need big corporations to fund it. Big tractors, you can't make them in your garage. You can have a big corporation to do it. So you got that one point saying, these people are big for a reason, this technology is expensive for a reason. Then the other person saying, no, these corporations are forcing other people to use their technologies, they're exploiting other people. How do you resolve that? It seems impossible, and that's why these agricultural controversies to me just never really seem to get anywhere. It's just a battle, and we see who can win, the interest groups with their pressure or the other interest group and their money and pressure.
It's up to us to take care of this planet. It's up to us to feed its inhabitants.
I am thankful that there was assistance to be had when we needed it the most, but my greatest hope is that there is an answer that means no family ever has to go through what we went through. No family is ever faced with the thought of hunger due to the increasing cost of food.
It's our responsibility to continue the conversation.